The squatter in my backyard, a battle for justice. I never imagined my quiet life in suburban Atlanta would spiral into a drama ripped from a viral video. My name is Nathan Carter, a 38-year-old corporate lawyer who's spent nearly 2 decades building a stable, peaceful existence. Last month, I moved into my dream home on Willow Lane, a colonial-style beauty with 3 bedrooms, a manicured lawn, and a charming guest house out back. That 600-square-foot studio, complete with its own entrance, kitchenette, and bathroom, was my retirement plan. I'd spent weekends painting, installing appliances, and picking out cozy decor to list it on Airbnb for extra income. It was perfect. Or so I thought. One spring morning, I took a rare day off to meet an internet technician at 2 p.m. Around noon, I grabbed a coffee and strolled to the guest house to tidy up. The azaleas were blooming, their scent filling the air, but something felt off. The curtains were drawn tight. I'd left them open to let the fresh paint dry. My stomach churned. Muddy footprints stained the new welcome mat I'd placed 2 days earlier. Then I heard it, drawers opening and closing inside. Someone was in my guest house. "Hello?" I called, my voice sharp with alarm. Silence. I unlocked the door and stepped inside. "Is someone here?" The sight hit me like a punch. Clothes were strewn across the futon, fast food wrappers littered the coffee table, and battered suitcases lined the wall. The sink overflowed with dirty dishes, and the fridge, stocked with groceries I didn't buy, stood wide open. Then I saw her, a woman in her early 50s, wrapped in a pink bathrobe, fuzzy slippers on her feet. Her bleached hair was frizzy, her face twisted in a scowl. She glared at me, eyes wide with outrage. "Who are you, and what are you doing in my house?" she snapped, hands on hips. I blinked, stunned. "Your house?" "Ma'am, this is my guest house. I own this property." "Who are you?" Her name, I'd later learn, was Linda Grayson, but right then, she was just a stranger squatting in my home. She huffed, waving a crumpled paper like it was proof of divinity. "I've been living here for a week. I rented it through rentesy.com from a Mr. Robert Hayes. I paid first and last month's rent, plus a security deposit, in cash." I stared at the paper, my patience thinning. "There's no Robert Hayes. I'm Nathan Carter, and I bought this house 3 months ago. I haven't listed this guest house anywhere." She dangled a set of keys, identical to the spares I'd left in the garden shed. My gut sank. Someone had broken into the shed, stolen the keys, and scammed her. But sympathy faded fast when her tone turned venomous. "I'm not leaving," she hissed. "I have tenant rights. Go back where you came from and forget this conversation." Her words stung, laced with assumptions about my appearance. 15 years in law had taught me to stay calm. "Ma'am," I said evenly, "you've been scammed. This is my property. I have the deed, mortgage, everything. Pack your things and leave, or I'll call the police." Linda's face flushed red. "Go ahead. I have a legal agreement." She waved her fake lease again, then sneered. "Maybe you're the squatter. Maybe you broke into the main house." I laughed, not out of humor but sheer disbelief. Showing her my business card and bar ID didn't help. "You an attorney?" "And I'm the Queen of England." Her racism wasn't subtle, but I'd faced worse. "You have 2 choices," I said. "Pack now, or explain yourself to the police." As I stepped outside to call, she pleaded. "Wait. I have nowhere to go. All my money went to that Robert guy." I paused. "How'd this happen? Did you meet him?" Her voice softened. "No, it was online. He met me at a coffee shop, took the cash, and gave me the keys." "You were scammed," I said. "I'm sorry, but you can't stay." Her vulnerability vanished. "For all I know, you're in on it," she spat. I handed her my credentials. "Verify my employment. I'm calling the police." As I dialed the non-emergency line, Linda grabbed her phone with a smug grin. "No need. I'll call 911. Before I could stop her, she was on the line, voice trembling with fake panic. There's a man in my home. He broke in and threatened me. He's a tall black man. I'm scared for my life. Please hurry. The guest house at 1482 Willow Lane. My jaw dropped. She'd weaponized my race to paint me as a threat on my own property. I started recording, holding my phone visibly. Staying calm, I called the non-emergency line, explaining I was the homeowner dealing with a squatter. My neighbor Dr. Michael Lee waved from his yard, trimming roses, a potential witness. I activated my security cameras, capturing every move. Linda thought she was winning. She didn't know she'd walked into a trap. 2 police cruisers arrived at 12:47 p.m. 4 officers, 3 men and 1 woman, approached. I stood in the open, hands visible, and called out, "I'm back here by the guest house." They walked over, hands near holsters. "Good afternoon," I said calmly. "I'm Nathan Carter, the homeowner. I called about the squatter." Officer Bennett stepped forward. "We got 2 calls. Can I see ID?" Moving slowly, I handed over my driver's license, bar card, and proof of residence. I found a woman squatting in my guest house. She claimed she rented it, but I never listed it. Before Bennett could respond, Linda burst out, clutching her robe. "Thank goodness you're here. This man threatened me." She thrust her fake lease at Officer Torres, who scanned it. "Do you have proof of payment?" Bennett asked. Linda faltered. "I paid cash." The receipts packed away. I stepped closer. I never threatened her. She's been scammed and needs to leave. Bennett returned my ID. "Proof of ownership?" I showed time-stamped renovation photos and mentioned security footage. Linda's confidence cracked. "Those could be fake," she snapped. Torres stepped in. "Did you verify the landlord?" Linda squirmed. "It looked legit." Another officer called from the shed. "Lock's been pried open." I nodded. "That's where I kept the spare keys." Bennett turned to Linda. "Ma'am, this is trespassing. Tenant rights don't apply to fake contracts." Her shoulders slumped, but she jabbed a finger at me. "He's in on it." Torres cut her off. "False accusations won't help. Pack your things." Linda's crocodile tears followed. "I'm alone. I don't feel safe with him here." Torres stayed with her as she packed. Bennett turned to me. "Want to press charges?" I paused. Her false 911 call could have ended badly, but I said, "Not now. I just want her gone. Document her false report, though." Linda dragged out packing for 2 hours, sighing dramatically. I offered to order a rideshare to her sister's in Buckhead. "Fine," she snapped. "But don't expect thanks." As she left, she glared. "This isn't over. I'll get a lawyer." I nodded. "Safe travels, Ms. Grayson." Exhausted, I thought it was over. Then a courier delivered a letter from Baxter Voss Sons, a law firm. Linda was suing me for unlawful eviction, emotional distress, and theft, claiming I conspired to defraud her of $3,000. I laughed at the absurdity, forwarding it to my colleague James Reed. "She's suing me," I told him. "Insane claims." James rushed over. We compiled evidence, footage, photos, police reports. I called Baxter Voss Sons, speaking to Henry Baxter. "Your client's claims are baseless," I said. "I have proof, deed, footage, her false 911 call accusing me, a black man, of being a threat." Silence. "Let's meet," he stammered. At the meeting, I laid out everything. Baxter, rumpled and weary, saw the truth. "Resolution options?" he asked. "She drops all claims, apologizes, and pays $2,500 for damages," I said. He left, shaken. The next day, he withdrew from her case. Then Linda called, furious. "You scared off my lawyer." "I want $10,000, or I'll tell the media you targeted me." I recorded her. That's extortion, Ms. Grayson. Cease contact. She hung up, vowing revenge. James secured a restraining order. My paralegal, Sarah Klein, uncovered a bombshell. Linda's son-in-law, Mark Grayson, posed as Robert Hayes, running a rental scam. They'd hit a dozen properties, pocketing $40,000. Text messages sealed it. Owner's a lawyer. Black guy thinks he's slick. Played the race card, but he's got cameras. Push for settlement. I turned the evidence over to the DA. Warrants were executed, revealing keys, fake leases, and a ledger. Linda and Mark were arrested for fraud, conspiracy, and extortion. 3 months later, they took plea deals. Mark got 5 years. Linda got 3 years probation, 300 hours of community service, and restitution orders. The media exploded. Mother-son scam duo busted. I issued a statement urging landlords to verify tenants. My guest house, now repaired, is booked solid. Justice wasn't just about money. It was about standing firm against manipulation and lies. Linda tried to ruin me, wielding race as a weapon, but I fought with facts and integrity. Her scheme collapsed because I refused to be silenced. This win was for everyone who's faced injustice and stood tall. What do you think? Should Nathan have pressed charges earlier, or was his restraint justified? How would you handle such injustice? Share your thoughts below. Let's debate violence, fairness, and standing up for what's right.